Sister spouses. Does Christine's father actually like polygamist way of life? After Sister Spouses fans saw that Christine Earthy-Colored Woolly's father, Rex Allred, was in participation at her wedding, a few inquiries emerged. One is, does Rex actually live as a feature of the missional joined brethren polygamist way of life? Sister Spouses shows Christine Earthy-Colored Woolly's folks together. In the most recent episode of Sister Spouses, Christine Earthy-Colored Woolly and David Woolly sealed the deal. Among the participants were both Christine's mother, Ruth Ann Stevens, and her father, Rex Allred. Notwithstanding, Christine and Annie were alienated for a long time due to the shame she felt after she left her father. In any case, they reconnected and were embracing a positive outlook at the wedding. A few fans could recollect that Kody Brown was drawn to Christine's illustrious status inside the AUB. Rex's father, Rulon Allred, was the prophet and one of the pioneers behind the church. At the wedding, both Christine's mother and father shared sweet feelings about her. Nonetheless, fans were amazed the two of them were there and contemplated whether Rex actually rehearses polygamy. Does Christine's father actually like polygamist way of life? On Reddit, one Sister Spouses fan noticed how astounded they were that both Christine Earthy-Colored's mother and father were available. Similarly, it prompted the client asking about Rex Allred and his ongoing status with polygamy. Another client adds, Christine's father had just a single spouse after Annie left. Another person adds, oh, intriguing, since he was viewed as polygamy sovereignty. Despite the fact that Rex apparently still has confidence in the act of polygamy, he never decided to take an extra spouse after Annie left. Sister Spouses talks about Rex and Annie. During a Sister Spouses episode in Season 8, Annie Stevens shared her account of wedding Rex Allred. Outstandingly, she was 17 years of age when they wedded and conceded she could have done without him. She was a half-year pregnant when she graduated secondary school. Following 11 years of marriage being the main spouse, Annie makes sense of they pursued the young lady nearby. Since they honestly thought that having another spouse was the path to paradise, they immediately started the seeking system. Rex and Annie added their new spouse when Christine Earthy-Colored Woolly was 5. Tragically, Christine's reality was destroyed when Annie left the confidence and the marriage. Rex Allred might have been a polygamist out of commitment. In spite of the fact that Sister Spouses just addresses Rex Allred's life, there has been discussion of Christine Earthy-Colored Woolly's imperial status in the congregation. Prominently, there was a narrative shot in 2007 about the family before Sister Spouses began, which highlighted Annie's story. Similarly, Hulu delivered a narrative, Girls of the Faction, covering portions of Christine's uncle, Orville Allred's dangerous streak. The homicides incorporated her granddad, Rulon Allred. Some Redditors return to the genealogy that attaches them to polygamist sovereignty. That is to say, he's eminence however much Christine is. However, it was the age before him that were the pioneers. Rex's father, and afterward his uncle, who, I think, was Annie's stepdad, so actually she was likewise eminence. I have consistently contemplated whether Rex was just a polygamist since it was required from him. Since after Annie left, he might have tracked down another spouse, however didn't. Furthermore, another Redditor associated that Robin's ex, David Preston Jessup, is a grandson of Rulon Allred. Right, I believe Robin's ex is one of his grandchildren, as well. So he was additionally eminence in Kody's mind. While Sister Spouses displayed in the last episode that Rex Allred endorsed Christine Brown's new husband, David Woolly, apparently Kody Brown won't ever have the goods. In like manner, certain individuals accept Rex with the explanation Kody frequently rotates around the convoluted connections and relational intricacies among Kody Brown, his wives, and their kids. In a new episode, Robin Brown said something that has sent shockwaves through the fanbase, leaving watchers examining her actual sentiments concerning the other earthy-colored kids. Alluding to her children as the center of the family, Robin's words have been deciphered by quite a few people as an inconspicuous excusal of different youngsters and spouses, further powering the strain inside the plural marriage. Robin's remark. During a family conversation about accommodating the cracked connections among Kody's kids, Robin appeared to uncover her hidden convictions about the design of the earthy-colored family inadvertently. While upholding for her own youngsters, she alluded to them as the center of the family. This impromptu comment was immediately gotten by fans, who were shocked by what they saw as an exclusionary demeanor. For the vast majority, Robyn's words appeared to raise her own kids, Aurora, Brianna, and Dayton, as well as her two more youthful natural youngsters with Kody, over the other 13 kids Kody imparts to his exes, Meri, Janelle, and Christine. What did Robyn mean? While Robyn might not have planned to cause offense, her selection of words hit a nerve with fans, and possibly with the other relatives. Some conjecture that Robyn was basically underscoring the affectionate idea of her nearby family. Nonetheless, her expressing seemed to propose that her youngsters hold a more focal job in Kody's life and the family in general. The earthy-colored relational peculiarity. Robyn's remark is especially questionable, given the long-standing allegations of preference inside the earthy-colored family. Since joining the family in 2010, Robyn has been broadly viewed as Kody's #1 spouse, a discernment that has just developed further after some time. This preference stretches out to her youngsters, who are frequently viewed as getting additional consideration and assets from Kody contrasted with his different kids. For instance, Christine and Janelle's children, the two ladies have communicated dissatisfaction over Kody's absence of contribution in their kids' lives. This disregard turned out to be especially evident during the coronavirus pandemic, when Kody's severe adherence to Robyn's family conventions made a fracture among him and his more established kids. Meri's little girl, Meri has additionally battled with Kody's prioritization of Robyn's family, leaving her and Mariah feeling rejected from family conversations and choices. Fan responses. Robyn's remark about her children being the center of the family ignited quick reaction from fans via online entertainment. Numerous watchers deciphered her words as contemptuous of different youngsters and an affirmation of her apparent partiality. One fan tweeted, "Robyn calling her children the center of the family is so impolite to the next 13 children. They all merit equivalent love and consideration from Kody." One more remarked on Reddit, "She's not in any event, attempting to conceal it any longer." Robyn obviously thinks her family is unrivaled, and Kody's activities demonstrate she's right. Others hypothesized that the remark could develop the current split between Robyn's family and the remainder of the family. Robyn's protectiveness. Robyn has frequently protected herself against allegations of partiality, asserting that she just needs what's best for the family. Notwithstanding, her activities and proclamations have over and again went against this story. Fans contend that her emphasis on severe principles, particular treatment, and profound control of Kody have distanced different spouses and kids. All because of the backfire, Robyn has endeavored to explain her position in past meetings and episodes, expressing that she adores Kody's kids similarly. In any case, fans have a few doubts, highlighting minutes like this as proof that her needs lie with her own family. The effect on the family. Robyn's remark might have sweeping ramifications for the all-around broke earthy-colored family. Her words could intensify pressures between her kids and their kin, making it considerably harder to revamp trust and solidarity. Christine's viewpoint. Since leaving the family, Christine has been vocal about her disappointments with Kody's bias toward Robyn and her kids. Almost certainly, Robyn's remark just supports Christine's conviction that leaving the marriage was the ideal choice. Janelle's freedom. Janelle has likewise moved away from Kody, referring to his absence of contribution in her kids' lives as a central point. Robyn's comment might drive Janelle further away, as it features the dissimilarity in Kody's consideration and backing. Meri's disconnection. Meri's relationship with Kody has been stressed for quite a long time, and remarks like this just develop her feeling of estrangement inside the family. A developing separation. The earthy-colored family's battles with bias and disparity are significant of the difficulties inborn in plural marriage. Adjusting the necessities and sensations of numerous spouses and youngsters is not easy at all, yet Kody's activities, and Robyn's impact, have made it progressively hard to keep up with concordance. Robyn's remark about her children being the center of the family highlights the developing separation inside the earthy-colored family. For some fans, it's one more illustration of how Kody and Robyn's decisions have dissolved the underpinning of the family and distanced the people who don't squeeze into their favored dynamic. And while Robyn Earthy Colored's remark might have been inadvertent, its effect on the relational intricacy can't be ignored. By alluding to her youngsters as the center of the Earthy Colored family, Robyn has indeed featured the partiality and division that have tormented the family for a really long time. As Sister Spouses keeps on recording the aftermath from these pressures, fans are left puzzling over whether the family can at any point figure out how to recuperate, or on the other hand in the event that the gap has turned into an image of strength and self-re-examination for watchers of the long-running series. When a focal figure in the Earthy Colored family's plural marriage dynamic, Janelle is presently outlining another way for herself, embracing a way of thinking of freedom and self-strengthening. As of late, Janelle shared her new mantra, and fans are propelled by the message of solidarity and clearness it conveys as she explores life past her wild connection with Kody Brown. A change in context. For quite a long time, Janelle was the functional, balanced accomplice in the Earthy Colored family. Her emphasis was on building a steady home for her 6 youngsters and supporting the family's common objectives. While different spouses like Christine and Mary were in many cases entangled in close-to-home struggles, Janelle kept a sober-minded way to deal with plural marriage. Nonetheless, as strains inside the family developed, Janelle started to understand that her enduring commitment was not being responded. Kody's apparent partiality toward Robyn and his reluctance to meet Janelle mostly on major questions, particularly with respect to their kids, prompted a crack that turned out to be progressively hard to overlook. In late times of Sister Spouses, watchers saw Janelle persevering, declining to think twice about values or needs for a marriage that presently not felt fair. This shift denoted the start of her excursion toward autonomy. The introduction of another mantra. Janelle's change has been directed by a basic at this point strong mantra she as of late imparted to fans: I pick me. These 3 words exemplify the outlook she's embraced as she rethinks her life based on her conditions. For Janelle, this mantra is a statement of self-esteem and an update that her joy and satisfaction matter similarly however much any other person's. What I pick me signifies to Janelle. Focusing on her own necessities. For quite a bit of her life in the Earthy Colored family, Janelle put the requirements of others, her kids, Kody, and the bigger nuclear family, before her own. Presently, she's embracing that focusing on herself is alright. In meetings and web-based entertainment posts, Janelle has spoken about the significance of taking care of oneself, whether that implies zeroing in on her well-being, seeking after her interests, or essentially carving out opportunity to consider what she genuinely deeply desires. Breaking liberated from poisonous elements. Janelle's mantra likewise mirrors her choice to move back from the poisonous components of her union with Kody. While she has not formally affirmed an extremely durable partition, her activities and words propose that she's done able to make do with a relationship that doesn't give her pleasure or backing her development. Fans have hailed Janelle for defining limits and considering Kody responsible for his way of behaving. Her eagerness to shout out and advocate for herself has been a strong illustration of reclaiming one's organization. Zeroing in on freedom. Monetary and profound autonomy have become key subjects in Janelle's excursion. She's calm in her endeavors to construct a steady starting point for herself, including investigating new business open doors and making a home where she feels settled. By picking herself, Janelle is demonstrating that she can flourish beyond the imperatives of her plural marriage. Fan responses. Janelle's mantra has hit home for fans, a significant number of whom consider her excursion to be their very own impression battles with self-esteem and freedom. Virtual entertainment has been overwhelmed with messages of help and appreciation for Janelle's boldness and validness. One fan tweeted, Janelle saying, I pick me is everything. She's a motivation to us all who've at any point felt caught in a circumstance where we weren't esteemed. One more remarked, watching Janelle develop and embrace her freedom has been the most amazing aspect of Sister Spouses recently. She merits such a lot of bliss. Watchers have additionally brought up that Janelle's change features the more extensive difficulties of plural marriage, especially when one accomplice feels underestimated or unsupported. The master plan. Janelle's process is essential for a bigger story of progress inside the earthy-colored family. Christine's choice to leave Kody in 2021 set a trend for focusing on private joy over keeping up with the family structure no matter what. Presently, Janelle's activities recommend that she, as well, is prepared to embrace a better approach for life, one that focuses on her requirements and wants. Her mantra, "I pick me," fills in as an update that confidence and self-confidence are fundamental parts of any relationship, whether plural or monogamous. It additionally highlights the significance of perceiving when now is the ideal time to relinquish connections or elements that never again work well for one's being. Pushing ahead. As Janelle keeps on imparting her excursion to fans, obviously her new mantra is something other than an expression, it's a lifestyle. Whether she eventually decides to stay in the plural marriage or completely different from Kody, Janelle is focused on living legitimately and proudly. Her emphasis on self-strengthening and freedom plays made her a part model